Okay, well, there is a movie that has encapsulated my mind for a very, very, very long time, and I've seen it many times because I always keep coming back to its otherworldly, disturbing nature. And that is, of course, the movie The Mist. The Mist is an insanely good movie. Absolutely incredible. It's a 2007 movie, so it's quite old, but it honestly is like holds up spectacularly well today by its incredible CGI. It's like a very interesting premise and its overall horrifying and disturbing keynotes. Now, I recall back in 2007 when this movie was first out, and a girl I knew said that the movie shocked her and she was kind of in a state of shock after watching it. And I kind of like didn't see the movie at the time, so I was kind of like, strange. But after I saw the movie, I definitely know what she was talking about. This movie is kind of just strange. It leaves you with a very sickening feeling, and it's very, very interesting movie. It's just horrifying at times. It's very, very otherworldly. It's very, very almost like I would almost call it like religious. It's got religious overtones to it, not due in part by the Mrs. Carmody's strange, bizarre states. And some of the iconography and the correlations between this and the Rapture, but yeah, the overall sense of the movie I would call eerie. Now the ending is utterly famous, and I'm not totally gonna. Well, I mean, I pretty much have to spoil it in order to give you a synopsis for this. So if you haven't seen The Mist by now, I mean, this is almost a 20-year movie. I don't know what to tell you, but it's a fantastic movie, and you should go see it. And the ending is famous for one reason alone, and one reason alone is that I get that David decides to, take the life of everyone as opposed to getting brutally devoured by creatures, but you still can't help but wonder if they probably could have left it a little bit closer to, waiting till a creature was potentially attacking the car. I don't know. It is a strange ending. He just ends all four of his companions and then I don't know, tries to sacrifice himself to the creatures, only to discover that he was moments away from being rescued by a huge team of military. So as for the cast, I mean, Thomas Jane is incredible as David Drayton. He just is in his prime here, and he is such an iconic figure of the movie as the everyday dad dude who's just trying to help his son and get out of this horrific circumstance. And there's other familiar faces as well. You have Laurie Holden and Melissa McBride. Now, if you watch Walking Dead, you'll know that these were characters from The Walking Dead, as well as Jeffrey DeMunn. Were in The Walking Dead, so I can't help but think that them starring in this movie helped them get cast in The Walking Dead. I can't help but think that there was something going on between that because, yeah, three characters from The Walking Dead are literally in this movie. Right around the time it was probably started, being created. So, yeah, Mist is definitely has some Walking Dead proteges. Now, as much as I love this movie, it's hilarious that you get to the end credits and lo and behold, the executive producers Harvey Weinstein and the Harvey Weinstein Company. So, I mean, you literally have to like say like, yeah, I mean, yeah, Harvey Weinstein made one of the greatest horror sci-fi uh, creepy movies of the 2007. So, make of that what you will. The movie I categorize the movie as just very, very interesting. It's fascinating, and probably because I'm like a big nature nerd, and the biology of these creatures is fascinating. I mean, for these characters, they're terrified, but you can kind of see an ecology of these creatures. You've got the bug type creatures. They're definitely not like bugs in our world, massive creatures with huge stingers, but they're being hunted by these kind of flightless or flying bird creatures. So I mean, and like you click, and then you got spiders, and then you've got like these other things that are really big, and then these other things are really big that have other like the flying creatures living or like around them. So like you've got a whole series of like, this was obviously like a different dimension that had like a biology going on. Like they're not like end times creatures. They're just creatures that got transported to our world, and now they're just living as they normally do, but in our world instead. It's very interesting. It's basically what keeps me coming back to this movie over and over again. It's like I like the creatures, I like bugs, and I'm imagine the spider scenes in particular made people probably run out of the theaters in terror. There's some very creepy creature parts, and the spiders, and especially particularly the spiders when they burst out of that guy's chest, is particularly disturbing. Now, the Mist did get a TV series adaptation, but it really sucks. I would not watch it. It's nothing like the movies, as the instead of the creatures, it takes this like shadow entity kind of thing. So I mean, you don't even get the creatures anymore. So I mean, that in itself was an absolute uh, that just killed it for me. There's no way I could enjoy the movies. Why would they not bring back the creatures? The creatures are one of the coolest parts about it. Yeah, they made it 2017, I think, TV series, and it just absolutely sucked. I've seen this movie many, many, many times. I always keep coming back to it, and I've got this kind of like weird nostalgia for it, and it's probably because I do like aliens, creatures, monsters so much that I'm like literally like I'm just like, ooh, cool creatures. And I think it has some interesting connotations to this movie as well. Is that you've got like these like different, human emotions like siding with each other, and like religious connotations, and like the weirdness of the religious side of it. It's just a very eerie, disturbing movie, and I love it. I've got this weird nostalgia for it. I've watched it so many times. It's just like, for me, it brings me back to 2007 when it first came out, and I was enamored with this movie. It could actually be an amazing sequel. And I was thinking about how they could make a Mist 2, so to speak. Now I know it's based off a book and the Stephen King thing and everything like that, but I mean, if you wanted to just go gung ho and got the blessings of whoever, you could just make a movie where it's like maybe the like mist, like they can't close that rift or whatever, and it just keeps growing, and now half of the country is like, the creatures, and it keeps spilling more, and like the military's trying to contain it, and like there's an edge where like it doesn't cross, and there's a way to keep it contained. I don't know, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do, and I'd love to know more about the creatures. I'd love to know, find out different species and whatnot. There's plenty of interesting things you could do with the mist, and you could have some truly incredible thing. You could even actually potentially continue David's story. I mean, Thomas Jane is still live in action, and you could, almost have him like years later, like what he had, still involved in this story, so to speak. They are apparently developing another adaptation of it. It's not a direct sequel to it or anything. So it'll literally just be another Mist movie, and that probably is gonna suck because, yeah, this movie is like perfect. It's beautiful. It's just an amazing, eerie little uh, disaster movie, so to speak, with these crazy creatures. So yeah, I don't have much faith in whatever they have planned for coming out with another adaptation. I know it's based on a book and all that kind of stuff, but I think that this idea of these weird creatures, all this cool stuff is very, very cool. So yeah, that's The Mist, a movie I freaking love and I've seen many, many times. It's super awesome. The ending is iconic and amazingly dark. But at the same time, it's a great movie. Very, very interesting. Lots to of rewatchability, and I'll just keep coming back to it because it's like it's the iconic, nostalgic mid 2000s creature romp for me. It's just a very unique movie and very interesting and fascinating. So yeah, I love The Mist 2007.